Is there anything that the internet loves more than cringe? I don't think so. So today we're going to be looking at some of my own cringe, and I'm going to be critiquing it. This is My Readers Roast Me, a classic piece that I made 2 years ago in 2018. So, woo.
I asked you guys to roast me. And here is the response. Let's put this.
Whoa, a lot to unpack here. One, keep touching my hair, which is really, really distracting. Also, number two, I keep stuttering, which is an issue that I still have, but wow, it was profound back then.
This into perspective. This was collected a day after I asked. One freaking day. I am so happy with the wave of people who were ready to actually roast me and the people who didn't. And you'll see a couple of them now.
This is also an issue that I have, before I got better at speaking. I keep going and. I also don't quite know what to say. I don't quite have the words ready. It's still an issue that I have now. I don't quite have the adjectives that I want to say ready and raring for camera. But this is an issue that I have so often within these videos, and it just makes me sound either bland or stupid. So that's fun.
As I react to it. I'm very happy with you guys. Thank you.
It's a sincere moment, but it's just, I think that it's devalued by how crap the whole thing is. And so I kind of hate it, you know?
The one-shot book looks pretty rough. You say it's all ships, but it's just Cringey.
Fair point. It is true I write mostly the same ship that I ship.
Did you see the stutter on same? I almost, completely didn't say it.
And again, you guys don't seem to mind. And
And goes on like this, let me tell you. But I sound so defensive here. I just, it's not even a haha, well, that's fun. Here's why you're wrong. It's just, I'm so defensive. I'm like back in a corner. Wow.
I warned you in the beginning. I said this will be mostly Cringey.
So defensive.
And if you guys request another ship, I will do another ship. I've done it before.
It's defensive, and it's also aggressive towards the audience, which it's never a good idea when you've got an engaged audience and then you're suddenly being really aggressive to them. I think unless that's your thing, it doesn't work well because you don't want to ostracize your audience. That's just a tip in life in general. Don't ostracize people. It makes them feel bad and hate you.
But again, I can understand. Nice burn.
Oh, the sarcastic clap. That's terrible. Oh, I'm such a smarmy bastard. Ah, so terrible. Oh, I would deck myself, my younger self. I would deck them. Wow. Oh,
Your writing is awful. Again, fair point.
oh, it's so defensive. Even when I'm agreeing with them, I'm being defensive. It's not. It sounds like I'm not agreeing with them because I actually believe that. It sounds like I'm agreeing with them just. I'm so smarmy. It's disgusting. I'm a slimy bastard. It doesn't sound sincere at all. All the genuineness is taken away from the tone. And I don't think I necessarily meant this, but it's just super off-putting.
I'm not going to disagree with you there. It looks like you've just fallen apart. I feel like I'm in one piece.
I can respect that gag. I just think that the way you touched yourself, or the way I touched myself, was really awkward there. I think either actually getting more than just the tips and pads of your fingers, but it's just super awkward the way that you did it. But I think the joke itself is solid. It could have used some better timing, I guess.
Well,
Oh, I hate the little 2 seconds before I switched to the screen with all the writing on it. Ugh, bad editing.
While writing an angel in bed. Okay, I need clarification on this one. I might be being really stupid, but am I
Oh, stupid, stupid, you moron.
writing about an angel that's lying down in their bed? Or am I writing about an angel and while I'm writing this, I'm in the bed?
I mean, I'm still confused about that, but the bigger thing that I think I should have tackled is how is that a roast? What on earth does it mean? Why should I be offended by it?
Could I please have some clarification?
Oof, such a
You
smarmy
like to act funny,
bastard.
cute and kawaii, but we all know you're just as depressed as fuck. Okay, I act all cute and kawaii. That means you actually think that I'm pulling off a cute and kawaii thing.
No, it does not. Saying someone acts like something or is trying to act like something means that they are intending to be like that. Saying that someone has achieved that is not the same as saying they are trying or pretending to be that. It's like the difference between achieving and attempting, you know? You can attempt to make $1 million, you only have $1 million when you make the $1 million, when you've achieved that, you know?
Which I'm not trying to do. Thanks for the compliment.
It's not a compliment. I was trying to be such an edgy bastard.
I'm actually cute and kawaii.
Oh, ah!
Now, all jokes aside,
What joke? Did you make a joke there? I can't tell. I didn't see one. My joke schnoz has not detected any jokes.
I'm as depressed as F.
I said fuck in the recording, but I didn't say it in when you could see my face, and I think it's because I was such a Christian kid that I felt really awkward saying fuck, but I wanted to be cool and edgy and say it. So I was trying to not sound awkward. So when I could re-record it over, I could like if it sounded awkward, I could stop and then redo it. But when I was doing it like this, I couldn't because it would be an awkward cut.
That's not something that I hide from people.
At this age and with that cocky attitude, you should not be talking about any kind of mental health issues. I mean, the point that this went, I think, was right in the middle of my parents' divorce, and I think it started when I got in an abusive relationship with someone. That happened. I think I don't know when exactly the time frame is. I'm really bad with that, but like, even though I felt shitty in that period, I don't think that I am qualified to talk about mental health, especially not at that age and with the way that I thought about things, which was really unhealthy. And you're gonna see in a second just how terrible at mental health I was.
There's a lot of stuff that actually has gone on with depression and stuff with me, and I don't want to explain that currently.
It just it comes off as really insincere because I sound really happy when talking about it, and a part of that is my autism because I struggle with tone modulation, and I especially struggled as I was a kid. But uh, it's just it comes off really insincere, and in a way it was insincere because I hid behind a wall of haha it's depression funny joke haha, and it was a really shitty thing, and I don't think that I was qualified. I don't think I should have like even addressed it because when they said depressed as fuck, it didn't mean actual depression, and I think that I should have recognized that and said, hey, this is not a time, this is not the type of video, this is not the place where you mentioned depression. I think that it was more of an attention thing, which is really, really shitty than an actual thing because I don't think I'd realized how quite serious, and especially that it would become for me later, how serious it was.
When I'm ready to talk about it, I'm ready to talk about it. But also, why is F depressed? This is a question I have for you. Because let's just take it not F, because F isn't a noun. It's usually as F-ing or things like that, okay? F is not a noun.
You didn't need to say that twice. Continue.
It is a verb, alright? So let's just say it's F-ing for grammatical sense.
Alright, we'll
Why
say
does
that.
effing make you depressed? Because if you're saying that I'm just as depressed as F, that means F is somewhat depressed. Why? I think you need to go see a doctor.
Alright, solid joke, but the delivery was terrible. I over-explained it. I could have just said, why is fucking making you depressed? If I'm depressed as F, and then I could have explained it. I think that it didn't have the punchiness that it needed. I think that I probably should have thought about the joke a bit, because I was obviously cutting things, unlike what I'm doing now, because it's a really chill video, plus I haven't figured out how to use my editing software yet. But I was editing then, so I could have taken time to think of how to phrase things and then phrased them correctly. But I didn't do that here, and that's on me, I guess.
You act like a dude. Yeah, no, that's not cool. This is 2018.
Alright, solid joke. I know I continue on for a bit because I tend to drivel in these videos, but I think that there, solid joke, that's good, right? I mean, the timing is a bit off, but I like the slow zoom in. This is 2018, gender equality. I like that. That's good. But from there on, it goes downhill.
I thought we had broken through this gender barrier,
Oh, I'm so cocky and smarmy. Oh, I hate myself.
but apparently not. I act like a dude. I am not. I am female, feminine. Woo!
Oh, you've got a thing coming towards you. That's the sound of a train. I don't know why I made it. This is chill,
Yeah. I'm a girl. I'm not a dude. And I sometimes do act like a dude because I'm not a typical girly girl like everyone expects women to be.
Ah, that's such a terrible phrase. It's assumptive. It's just generally a bastard thing to say, and the way I say it, it's not even as if I genuinely take offense to it. It's literally, it's like a walking Tumblr post. And you know what the worst thing about that is? I probably would have taken that as a compliment had I told myself that at that age. Woo! This is 2 years ago, and I already hate it.
Not everyone. I'm not overgeneralizing. I'm sorry.
Backpedaling, backpedaling so fast. I could have won the Tour de France with how fast I backpedaled. I'd just sit the bike backwards. Woo! Off I go.
Anyway, I think the only problem here is how far back in the past you are. Maybe once you're in 2018, we can have a proper conversation.
Solid joke. I just think that the timing could have been faster. I think that I could have been that face, that smug little face. Fuck it. It's disgusting. I hate it. I hate you. I hate me. It's just so cocky and so smarmy. I hid behind this wall of egotism, and it was just so unhealthy for me and for everyone around me, and it's so terrible, and I'm such an asshole.
JK, 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 I love you. Hearts.
Can we just talk about how awkward my reading voice was? I think it's because I was focusing really hard on not stuttering or having a lisp, but I was trying so hard. Every word is announced. Just, it's like you've cut out me saying different things and then placed it all together. It doesn't quite string in a sentence. It's just slightly off.
I love you too.
Oh,
Uh,
I couldn't think of what to say.
what I said in this, responding to it, it's not meant to trigger you or anything.
So clumsily worded, and who's going to get offended at me saying, hey, gender stereotypes, don't do them?
Just like how, you roasted me, you actually had some good points.
That's my comment on that one.
Anyway, on to the next person.
Oh, I didn't need a transition like that. I didn't need to say the anyway. I could have just cut and said, whoa, you think you?
You think you're funny.
Why was I talking like this? That's not how a normal human
But
talks.
every time I read this book you made, I go to sleep. Yes, I've cracked the key to insomnia.
Okay, solid joke. Uh, Again, the delivery was a little off. I think that I was stuttering over what I was saying, so I think something would have been like, "Yes, I've cracked the cure to insomnia," instead of having it so slow, you know?
Read this book
See, the pauses, they're really terrible.
when you try to go to bed.
The stuttering again.
Read this book. Yeah, I know. You're welcome. You're welcome.
I didn't finish my thought. My ADHD really, it makes it really hard to come up with sentences, and sometimes that'll happen. I'll just start a thought and then my brain will start thinking about like two sentences down the road and I'll forget what I was saying in this sentence. It sucks.
You can go to sleep easy now.
Easily. Easy. It's such bad grammar. I think I critique people's grammar in this, and yet I myself have such terrible grammar.
By the way, correction. I don't think I'm funny.
I know I am. End me now.
Okay?
Oh,
I'm not funny.
that's such a. I should have, like, if I was going to be such a cocky bastard, I should have, gone with it, you know?
I'm one of the least funny people you can ever meet.
It's not even well phrased. If you're gonna go the clumsily, oh, I'm so self-conscious kind of route, then, you know, do it well. Don't say it cockily. Don't say it clumsily. Say it woo. I hate myself. See? That's how you do it. With genuine self-hatred.
There we go. So that's
Oh, that awkward. There we go.
that. Anyway, thank you for submitting it. That was actually quite a good roast.
No, it wasn't.
Your writing is like looking at a third grade Ella class. Ella
ELA class.
class? I don't know. Great roast?
That was so dumb. English language arts. I think someone told me that down below. And I was cutting this. I was cutting. I was doing editing. I could have just stopped, Googled what ELA meant, and then done.
I actually don't know what that means. I'm guessing it's some sort of English class, but
I must also say the slow clap, terrible, terrible, terrible. Hate it. Die.
I've got no idea. This isn't what I grew up with, but sure.
What I grew up with, you say, you look like a fetus.
Well done. I'm sorry, but I can't bring myself to do it. You're so pretty, and you wrote pretty, and your singing is pretty. I just can't.
You know, I was such a cocky bastard. The fact that I even put that in. Oh, I hate myself.
Suck it up, pussy. Sorry.
No, don't apologize for that. That was perfect. You had quick delivery. It was a quick punchline, and it was good. Suck it up, pussy. That was a great, a good joke there. You could have just kept it with that. You don't have to apologize. They're not gonna get upset for you making content.
I'm joking. Thank you for the
The stutter. I do sound like a fan fiction sometimes.
compliment. Light stove. Well done! You've completed a simple task. You've lit a stove.
Oh, I was such an asshole. Oh, it's not even funny. I know what I was trying to do, but it didn't, especially because I was so shit at acting. Oh,
Oh, are you gonna roast me now?
oh, I was such an asshole. Utterly. Oh,
You look like a deformed onion had twins with an IKEA couch, and you were the twin that got left in for too long.
hey, I'm flat packed.
I'm joking, I love you. Well done, that's actually a really good insult that is true.
Oh, no, it's not true. Dude, it's such a generic insult, and I get you're trying to do the self-confidence. Oh no, I don't have it. Oh no, please give me positive affirmation, But you're an asshole. That's what you are. And I hate that I genuinely thought this was an acceptable thing. I'm so glad. And I know that like 2 years from now, I'm gonna look at what I'm saying now and go, oh, I was such an asshole. But I'm so glad I'm not the person that I was, because I was a genuinely terrible person.
Look at these like onion layers.
The fair point. Okay, I take it back. That's correct.
And then like I can kind of see how like my
No, you
face could
can't.
be like pressed in half, so
No,
I'm
you
an
can't.
IKEA couch.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I
No,
could
you
see
can't.
that. I
No,
don't
you
have a
can't.
twin though. But other
That was such an awkward pause. I mean, if you used it in the correct context, that pause could be great. But also, the oh, I forgot what the word was. I
than
would
that,
say
really
that I
good
forgot the
insult.
word. No,
By
it
the way,
wasn't.
undercut with sweetness. Thank you for saying you were joking, but you didn't need to do that.
I don't remember it that well, but I think I was genuinely upset that people kept going, no, no, I love you, I love you. I was like, I wanted to be roasted. I wanted to be pummeled. Don't know why I was that aggressive about it, but that's cool.
You are so stupid. Lay claim to all of us.
Look at me being such an asshole in this video. You've better change your opinion after you watched this. I wasn't stupidly kind to anyone. I was an attention-seeking whore.
Oh, you were so sweet. So are you.
Oh, it sounds so insincere. Like I probably was being sincere. I struggle with voice modulation. Inflection, that was the word I was looking for. I have such weird inflection in this. It makes it seem really insincere, which is kind of the point that I'm saying now. But I struggled with voice modulation, especially a couple of years ago and when I was a child. But I constantly sound so insincere, and I don't do these things justice. And people were engaging with me, and people were enjoying the content, and that's so sad to me that I couldn't give them the best just because I was held back by my own limitations.
I really wanted more of a roast, though.
Someone's just complimented you, and you have not taken it well. Just say thank you and move on.
Well done, though.
So awkward. Just move on.
That was a great misleading compliment.
Move
Colonel Sanders
on.
would be proud.
Move on.
I could cereal out of your haircut. Sorry. I think you need to go reread this. I assume you mean you could eat cereal out of my haircut, because that means I've got a bowl cut. Good roast, if that's what you meant. If you
Oh, that's so insincere and asshole-ish. I mean, that's probably what I've been saying for most of this video, but it is good roast if you're saying that. Ah, I wish I could strangle this person. I feel so estranged from this asshole. And like, I'm still very asshole-ish. I'm a narcissist through and through. Don't get me wrong there. But I'm just, it's so weird to watch this person interact with the world.
meant something different, and there is actually a verb of cerealing, I would actually like to know what it means. Please tell me.
Just Google this. Google this stuff. Google it. You had access. You had internet. You were recording a video where you could cut. Google it.
Because that actually sounds amazing. But yeah, good
That was so awkward.
roast if you
so
meant
awkward.
that I had a bowl cut. I did make a video on it though, so.
Such a slimy bastard. Little head jiggle. I hate that. I hate you. I hate you. Getting so mad.
Thank you for roasting me.
Okay, I'm a bit pitchy. Also, there is like a year-long gap in between each play of the piano chords. I'm so glad that human improvement is a thing. Goodness, because I've been in the mood. I've been like looking at my analytics. I've been looking at old songs. I can't believe that Steven's so popular. I was so shitty at singing. I didn't even do like most of it. The initial idea, I think, was me, but my Phil was the main dude who wrote most of that. I fought him on that bunny wunny wunny thing though. I didn't like it. I did not like the fact that he didn't come up with more lyrics. He ejected me from writing any actually, so that if you want to know where that came from, I just gave him general statements like, beetles, they're shiny, and cockroaches. What the hell? Why do they have 6 legs? That's kind of because we had a conversation about that. Anyway, but my voice was so flat, and you can see this even with my more recent things, like an original song by Spock. I'm so pitchy, and that's all. Honestly, I can attribute that to how many takes I take because I start off with pretty good vocal quality, but then the more that I continue recording because I'm a perfectionist, and if it's not right, it's not right, and eventually I give up, and then you get the take you do. But I start off with really good vocal quality, and it just derails as I get more and more tired because it'll take me 2 to 3 hours to record a video, and that's really sad when you see the quality of the videos that I make. So
Sorry, piano.
sorry for what? For that terrible singing? Sure, but you shouldn't. Don't apologize for every move you make. If you do something cringy, you do something cringy, then you can react to it in 2 years' time and make more content.
Here, thought as well I might as well use it. I mean no harm in what I.
Oh, fuck off. I mean no harm. You said nothing harmful in this video. Like, the last thing you said was about gender equality, and on the website that you were, that's probably not too outrageous a thing to say. Probably something that everyone in your audience agreed with. Ah, you're an asshole.
I said I'm being overly sarcastic and
No, you barely made 3 jokes in that, and they were all timed badly with just a bunch of stuttering. You haven't done anything content like.
dramatic and all of that just to be funny,
You weren't
because
funny though.
nothing sells without hate.
I mean, that's my commentary on the world for today. Nothing sells without hate. I mean, some things do, but that's something that I have. It's sex or hate. Those hate sex sells really well. But yeah, that's the main interest for me today. You know how everyone had beef? That did really well in the boxing, Logan Paul, no, Jake Paul and KSI. Like those sold out. I think they made a lot of money on that, and that was just. I mean, yeah, it's kind of depressing.
That's the world we live in. Anyway, thank you for submitting your roasts.
That I think that was more genuine than anything else that I said, and you can tell that I'm a pretentious asshole, and I actually believed that.
Uh,
It's
I'm
so
actually
awkward.
mildly pleased with the response I got. Of course, I would have loved
Mildly,
more actual roasting, but like the amount of people who actually complimented and said, "No, I'm not going to do this." Thank
take it in, you cocky bastard.
you. I don't know what made me deserving of that, but thank you. You're nice people.
See, this is dipping more into sincerity here. I mean, I was still a bastard and a cocky one at that, but like a lot of times I don't understand why people watch my videos other than for a good cringe. And thank you for sticking through this long of me analyzing myself because I'm egotistical. Um, and yeah, thanks for watching me dwell on the mistakes I've made in the past. Thank you, viewer. Yeah.
Um, those who did roast me, thank you so much. That was so much fun to.
You should have said something like "thank you" and "fuck you." That would have been like a nice little thing, and then you could have gone into the sincere. It was a lot of fun. You could have had like a little jokey joke
Read and
there.
respond to. Those people who I didn't understand your roasts, could you please explain yourself? I'm very confused.
Thing is, I probably was. I was an idiot. I still am. Speaking the past tense, but really, it's what I live with. Uh,
Anyway, goodbye, guys. Hope you had fun watching this video. You
I did
probably
not.
didn't. Anyway,
No.
goodbye.
Why that? Why? I am always really upset at what I've done in the past. I mean, that's kind of a fair thing to say because I generally don't have a lot of things to put into the world. And the one thing that I do have is music, which I really enjoy and I do a lot of. But other than that, I'm really a less creative person. But uh, I do think that with videos like this, if I just had a little bit more knowledge and I was a bit quicker with the timing, I could have created something like good or decent, you know? And I think that it's really upsetting that I didn't put the effort, one, in my videos, and two, that I didn't necessarily either find or have the resources to make something good. And I think that's an issue that I have now, more the resources than the effort thing. I'm willing to put in effort in my videos, but I don't stop posting for like a year. What am I talking about? Effort. But I think that I've matured a lot as a content creator, because I've been doing a lot of things that aren't YouTube. I've been writing more comedy, although I've been kind of teetering on that. I've written a couple musicals, which it's probably not that you care, but it's probably alarming that I've suddenly, oh look here, it's from my musical Burnt Wings, which is a shit name. I've realized I wrote that like at like 4 a.m. I'm like, oh yeah, this is sick. But now I'm like, no. So now it's the Burnout Show, which I think is a more apt name. It's kind of like the Rocky Horror Show, which I've really liked. It's cool shit, you know. Um, but yeah, I started doing a lot more things, and I think as a creator, I've got a lot more creative juices in me now, and I have a lot more things to say. Uh, I did do a bunch of charity stuff. Uh, well, it's a couple weeks ago now, but that didn't really do anything. I raised like $25, but that's what you get when you don't really have a large following. Um, but I'm trying to use what I have for good and for things that actually matter and things that matter to me. And I think that that's brought a lot of sincerity into what I do, a lot of sincerity that I didn't have. I knew that I wanted to create something creative. I knew that I wanted to make content, but I didn't have really anything to say. And now I do, because I think I've matured a lot in that. And I don't say things when I don't have things to say, which kind of takes away a lot of the drivel. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching to this point. That's kind of amazing. I can barely get through some of my videos, so that's fun. This has been what? 33 minutes of me unedited, so peace, thank you, bye.